back. We're at Digital DNA. We've just announced the 6th finalists for the Upstart Pitch competition. Mike, I just wanted to come to you. Mike Burke from It's been a long day, Mike. I have to say.
No, it's
Mike, you tell me what you do, sir.
Sure. I'm a partner with it's a U.S. law firm named Arnall Golden Gregory.
Okay.
I advise Northern Irish and UK tech companies on their expansion, their scaling into the United States. And so we provide counsel on everything from corporate issues through privacy, immigration, tax, labor. I'm sure I'm forgetting a bunch of things that we do, and I'll probably have some of my partners calling me up saying, "You forgot what we do." I'm like, "No, I didn't."
Tell us this. What was your impression of the overall pitch event so far?
It was 25 really solid pitches from 25 really solid companies. I think it goes to show how solid the startup community is here. One thing that struck me was how far these companies are in terms of what they offer. In the sense, you had one company that was offering a blockchain solution for ticket fraud through a company that's in the medical IT sector. It's not. There's a wide range of companies there.
I think you said it best when you said there could have been a health tech winner, there could have been an AI
winner.
Right,
you could almost do that.
It could have been split up,
Well, I was going to say next year you should be running 6 of these.
Oh my goodness me. I don't know. You could. Well, you could have 10 startups of each discipline and pick 7
Absolutely
disciplines.
Right.
Have a wild card. I like the wild card
the World Cup idea.
Well, no, the wild card, because obviously, for example, book hacks, they probably wouldn't have, they're AI, so they would have probably come through from AI.
They would have come through from AI, but if you think about Travel Plan as a B2B marketplace for managing travel spend for companies. I don't know where they go, but it's.
No,
you could. I mean, how many? You said you had 50 or
we
more.
shortlisted from about 70 odd startups. And if we'd kept the application process open for longer,
you would have had more.
You would have got more. So you know what people are like; they apply late for these things as well.
Well, and you get going from 70 to 25 to 6. Is hard.
I can't wait to see who the winner is, but I want to find out a little bit more about something which is quite close to. I'm interested in this anyway. Our audience is a little bit US based, but mostly it's UK and Ireland startups. And one of the big issues that they would have is around obviously exporting and moving their business out to different international markets. So the US market is massive. So how do you go about that process from the early stage?
Well, I think first off, the piece of advice I'd give is look at the U.S. market when it feels right. We heard today from a lot of these startups. Some are it's top of mind. Some are we're going to do the UK first. Maybe we'll do continental Europe next, and then the U.S. I don't think there's one right time for a company to be looking at the U.S. market. There's a lot of reasons to do it. You talk about the size of the market, the fact that we buy a lot of stuff. I think it's deceptively simple for companies to set up in the U.S. The U.S. has this reputation of being incredibly litigious. People kept talking to me about product liability. There's some things that you can do both on the formation and in contract protections to mitigate the risk. It's never going to go away. But, it's a lot of these companies would be operating through what I'd call, there's a Delaware corporation. It's probably the most common way to think about these things. And then you route your operations through that as a way to, ring fence your operational exposure in the U.S. in that entity, but also from tax efficiencies perspective to be able to take advantage of the U.S.-UK tax treaty.
So what's the biggest mistakes that perhaps a startup would make going over to the States without maybe having the expertise around them beforehand? What do they do wrong?
Well, I think there's sometimes an assumption that a contract that works in the UK will work in the US.
Sure.
And they won't take legal advice from a US lawyer because their home counsel has opined on it and provided a template. While the legal systems among the UK, Ireland, and the US are very similar, there's some important differences. And so, for a company coming from Northern Ireland, say, I wouldn't rewrite a contract. That's kind of vain to do on my part, but you need to Americanize it. So that's a big mistake that gets made. Another mistake, frankly, is, I would say, around IP, around trademarks specifically, thinking that, well, I have a trademark in the UK or in Ireland, therefore I have it in the US. No. There's ways to, when you start getting to backdating priority dates and things like that, yes, that happens. But I would think those are kind of the two biggest things.
So, like, from someone watching this video right now, they're thinking of going out to the States or looking at the States as a marketplace. One thing that struck me, and obviously I'm not going to, it's to celebrate you being here, to be fair, but you've gone out your way to go and see every single startup, and that should be embraced. There's not enough that happens sometimes, but we need to get startups going out to see you guys and knocking on doors and asking questions.
Well, it's a two-way street. I mean, I think that for too long, and I'm about to, give up a competitive advantage I've got, I think, but, the fact that there aren't more U.S. lawyers here looking at events like Digital DNA is a shame. I mean, there's a lot of great companies here, and like you said, there are various stages of development. But for people who don't come to Belfast to look at the business community here, they're really missing out. The flip side, like you say, is also true. These companies have to travel. I mean, if they want to expand to the U.S., it's not really a matter of flipping a switch. You've got to think it through, think about what you want to accomplish, how you structure it, if you're going to hire people, if you're going to bring somebody over. Again, it's just being measured and smart about the steps you take.
No, and I was glad that some of the startups that were here today, they came and took the time to speak to you and find out about that. And maybe some of them are early stage, but to have that conversation is where you need to start it.
Right. Well, and let's face it, these are not, the old days where you'd have a brick and mortar company who, they're going to start thinking about, well, I'll get to the U.S., I'll open a store in the U.S. I'm looking around at these. They're in the U.S. already if they're online. They're operating online. I mean, it's like take a BookX. If they're there, they're already there. They're already in the U.S.
Totally. And their audience is across 97 countries, as far as I remember. So, wow, what a start for something which is quite.
Well, the healthcare IT company. I mean, they're already talking to U.S. hospital systems about it, and and that is that's like that. And they've been up for 3 months?
Not much at all, And the quality of the pitches is obviously from everyone, from the south of Ireland, the north of Ireland, and then obviously going into the UK was awesome today. So,
absolutely.
Mike, thank you very much for your time. I look forward to seeing you back at the finals. Hopefully the technology will work seamlessly. There'll be no presentation issues. So.
It works when it works, right?
Good stuff.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.